One of our WyoPreps playoff football games of the week this week takes us to Class 2A, and it is the Cokeville Panthers on the road to take on the Tongue River Eagles, joined by the head coach of the Panthers, Marty Linford. And Marty, good to talk to you again. And I got to ask, first of all, you're coming off that tough loss to Lyman, a heck of a game last week, and I watched some of that game. How do you feel about your team coming into the playoffs right now?
You look at that game, and we did not play well offensively. To be honest with you, we just did not do the things we needed to do offensively, but we played one whale of a defensive ball game, and they did too. And we watched film, we learned from it. Yeah, we forgot about it. It's over. Now we're going to go play this week, and we still have a great defense, and we know we can move the ball on offense.
How do you go about handling this trip? Because I think outside of maybe going to Upton Sundance, this is probably the farthest you guys have to travel.
It is. So we're going to leave Thursday morning. We're going to break the trip up pretty good. We'll stop in Lander at a park, eat lunch, mess around there for a while. Then we'll get to Buffalo. We're going to get off the bus and practice in Buffalo, finish driving to Sheridan, and check into our hotel. The next morning we'll get up and we've got to walk through at Sheridan's Field, and then we'll get ready for game time.
So you're really breaking it up, leaving a day early. That's pretty smart. What are you looking at when you see the challenge of facing Coach Hansen's ball club? What do you see from them on film?
On film, they are big and athletic, and they're going to throw the ball a lot, and they've got a good defense also. Well, we're going to go do what we do best and let the chips fall where they may, but it should be a fun ball game.
It looks like it. How do you handle a team that throws a little more when you only kind of see Thermopolis on your side that really throws it a lot?
Yeah, we got Thermop that throws it a lot. We did go down and play a preseason game against Skyview, Utah, and they threw the ball a lot. Mountain View throws it a good fair amount. They were in the 30s to 40s throwing the ball, but it'll definitely be a different style because you've got us and Lyman and Lovell, and we're going to line up and run at you.
Yeah, a little smash mouth football. So I'm not trying to ask you to divulge your game plan, but what are some of your biggest keys you think against the Eagles on Friday afternoon?
Basically what hurt us against Lyman, we can't have a short field. We can't give them a short field. If they're going to score, they've got to march 80 yards to score. And then when we have the ball, we got to hang on to it and go 4 tough yards of carry and do what we do best.
Is there anything that you do to try and get Jack kind of back on track this week, or any of your ball carriers for that fact after that tough game against Lyman's defense?
We got to block better. We block better. Running backs will run better. Everything will go better.
All right. Well, Coach, hey, that's all I need from you. I appreciate your brief time and wish you best of luck at Tongue River Friday.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate you, Dave.
We continue the conversation with one of our WyoPreps playoff games of the week, and we go to Class 2A here. And we've already talked with Marty Linford, the Cokeville head coach, and visiting with Tongue River head coach Steve Hansen. And Steve, first of all, I got to ask you, how do you feel about your team coming into the playoffs?
Well, we're as healthy as we can expect to be, I suppose, at this point of the year. We rebounded really well after a disappointing Bighorn game with a real dominant performance in Wheatland. We got some things cleaned up that we needed to clean up. We saw improvement in the spots we wanted to see improvement. Defense played tremendous once again. So feel real confident in how the boys are playing.
What are the challenges to prepare for a team that you rarely see in the Cokeville Panthers?
Cokeville provides some unique things. First of all, you don't see a lot of the old too tight T anymore. I know it used to be real popular, and University of Minnesota kind of had it rolling back in the 50s and won 4 straight national championships running that offense. But you don't see it very often anymore. But it is as multiple as a basic look can get the way Cokeville runs it. So they provide some really unique challenges to us defensively. And then their defense, that split 42, and they throw some variance into it, can be very tough to run the ball against, and they're very disciplined in their pass drops and how they play coverage. So, it's Cokeville, winning tradition for a reason. So they're going to be a tough out for anybody, and it won't be any different for us on Friday night.
I know they run a lot of different guys, and Lyman, for however they did it last week, was able to hold all their ball carriers to 20 yards or less. How do you go about trying to slow down that running attack, do you think, Steve?
Well, I think it's just playing assignment football. First off, you really got to treat their T as an option game. They have multiple run threats each play, so you've got to have guys assigned who's playing quarterback, who's playing the H to him, who's playing the F on the dive or the power back out. They've got play actions to go with everything. So playing assignment football is going to be critical. And then, identifying, we got to know where Dayton is on the field. I wanted to call him Todd there, but I know his name's Jack. We got to know where Jack is on the field. He's a special player. And so we got to identify him. Their quarterback, Cason Walker,
Sure,
runs the ball. He's a tough runner. You got to love a quarterback who plays inside linebacker. At least that's kind of my view on it. And so, we got to identify a few guys because obviously they're not the only ones that touch the ball, but they are the primary guys and they're the big play guys.
And I guess lastly, the good news is you at least get them traveling all the way across the state. This is the longest road trip anybody's got to take this week, I believe. And so at least you're at home in your own backyard there.
Absolutely. And that's huge. There was a 3-year stint where we played Cokeville 3 years in a row in the playoffs. And it was quite a few years ago now, but the first 2 years we had to go down there and that was a haul. And then you're playing on their field in their town with tremendous community support. And then that third year we got them at home and we're able to, we beat them the second and third year we played them. That first year, I don't think anybody touched them, but it's a long road trip for them and it's good to be at home, sleep in our own beds and have our community support. Cause I don't know, I guess Sundance would be farther for them, but it doesn't get much farther away from Sheridan County than Cokeville, Wyoming.
Well, Steve, hey, I appreciate the brief time and wish you best of luck on Friday afternoon.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.